Welcome to part 4 of PHP and MySQL tutorial. So in the last tutorial, in the last part, we end the last part over here, and now we are going to continue and complete the update portion and the delete portion. I'm going to open up update.php. So here we are ready to go, and now I need to follow the steps. First I have to establish the connection with database. So in this case I'm going to create a variable first to store the connection status. Connection status is equals to connect db. I forgot to include the db file over here. It's mandatory. Include db.php. Then the update data function will be used over here. I have to call the update data function. Update data, and the first argument is going to be connection status, and the second one is going to be ID, third one is going to be choice, and fourth one is going to be new value. So inside db.php, in update data function, I'm going to change the parameters of this function, update.data. I just created a variable named query. So now I have to write some if-else conditions. The first condition, if will check if the choice was equal to first name. That means I have to write the query to update the first name only. Query equals to update users, set first name equal to new value, where in where class I'll put another condition where ID is equal to the ID just user input. Okay, and in the else part, if the choice was not equal to first name, then definitely the choice will equal to the last name. So the query will be changed automatically. Result MySQLi query. First argument is going to be connection status, and the second argument is going to be query. If MySQLi affected rows I'm going to pass this variable to MySQLi affected rows function. So what's the reason I'm using MySQLi affected rows function over here? Passing the object result, I'm talking about result. Passing this result variable to MySQLi affected rows function will check how many rows has been affected after running this query successfully. So if the rows affected rows are more than 0, then this if condition will be true, otherwise false. Return true. Otherwise false. So let's go back into update.php. If status is equals to true, or you can write it like this. This means if the status is true, the query was successfully executed. Location index.php, ID success, and v equals to updation was successful. Else, in the else part, that means if there was something wrong with the query. Incorrect or incorrect user ID. There could be two of the cases. The first case could be if user inputs the wrong ID. In that case, this error will be generated. Error. No, it's fine. Okay, let's check this out into the browser. At the moment, you can see we have 4 of the records. The first one is Roger, then John, Muhammad, and then Khalid. So let me update any of the record. There's an issue over here. The ID fields is missing. So let's go back and put the ID field as well in update form. User ID, and the name is equal to ID. Refresh the page, and I'm going to update the first name of first record. This is Roger, and Roger will be updated with the new value, and the new value is going to be AAA. Update. Incorrect user ID. Actually, you can see the record has been successfully updated. So there was something wrong with the condition. Which condition? This one. Let's see what's wrong with this query, with this if else conditions. Not query. The query ran successfully, but there was something wrong with if condition. Echo. It is 1 and new value is Roger. Update. MySQL affected rows, expect parameter 1 to be MySQL boolean is given. And the error is on line number 33. Affected rows, MySQLi. Affected rows. Let me make sure the function I'm using is the right one. Actually I have to pass the connection status to this function, not result. I was passing the wrong parameter. The rest is fine. Connection status. Now it should work perfectly fine. This time I'm going to update the second record. User ID is 2 and the new value is going to be ABC. Update. Here you can see the record has been successfully updated and the new value is appeared over here instead of John. So let's start the insert portion. Let me create another file and I'm going to save it as insert.php. I'm going to copy the entire code on update.php page. I don't need the ID over here. Actually, I'm going to remove everything. First name is going to be $_post. Last name is going to be $_post. Hell name. First name. Hell name. And this is not required. Insertion was successful. Insertion error, and the function is going to be insert. Let me check if I already created the insert function or not. Actually, I didn't create the insert function, so let's go ahead and create the insert function. Insert data, and the first parameter is going to be connection status, first name, and then the last name. Created a query variable, and the query is going to be insert into the table name. Table name is users, and the column names are first name and the last name. Values, and values are going to be first name and the last name. One thing worth noting over here, as you can see, this part has the same sequence as this part. The first name comes first and then the last name, and over here the first name comes first and then the last name. This sequence should be matched with each other. It's compulsory. Result MySQLi query, connection status, and then query. I passed the connection status as well as a query. The same code is needed over here. So instead of typing the whole code, I just copy and paste the code over here. Insert data, and it's going to be first name, last name. Good. So let's check this out into the browser. I'm going to insert a new record over here. The new record is going to be Asad, and the last name is going to be CH. Now here you can see the Asadullah Chaudhary has been successfully inserted. Perfect. Let's go back and complete the delete portion. So I have to create the delete page. Delete.php. delete data, and this function will receive two of the parameters, the ID and the connection status. Deletion was successful. Incorrect user ID. Incorrect user ID. Okay. Let's create this function over here. Delete data, connection status, and ID. Query is going to be delete from users, the table name, where ID is equal to the ID user inputs. Result is equal to MySQLi query. First argument is going to be connection status and then query. Perfect. So let's delete any of the record. I'm going to delete the second one. The ID is going to be 2, and if I press the delete button, it says deletion was successful. As you can see, we have 4 of the records now. So the record has been deleted successfully. So thank you very much for watching this video, and